Inside Disc Golf.
Hello and welcome to Disc Golf Stream Studios for the Inside Disc Golf Podcast Episode 9. I'm Andrew Gum.
And I'm Viktor Tågestad. Feels nice to be back here after a few weeks off.
Yeah, great to be alongside you. Thanks for joining me here. And we got a really exciting week. It is All-Stars week. Going to be the EPT All-Star event from Spain, Millas Disc Golf Park there. Really beautiful place, and we got a ton of talented players going to battle it out for this prestigious title.
Yeah, of course we're going to dedicate this episode to talk about the final event of the season. I mean, it feels like the off-season has started already in a way. We have waited for this weekend for well, basically the whole year, but now when it actually comes, it feels almost like a bonus event. And having a few weeks off, like away from disc golf for just before this, it has really like making me hungry. I can't be more excited to get this like event and get back out there on the European Pro Tour and see the best players in Europe battle with each other.
Yeah, me as well. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to give you a lot of details about what to expect from there and everything like that. But I think we're going to start off the show today by honoring one of the true greats of our sport. Has retired recently. We have some fresh news. Seppo Paju, Finnish legend, absolutely amazing player and a really great ambassador for the game. Really represents Finland so well everywhere he goes. He's had a really storied career. He's decided to hang up his bag and call it a career. I guess he's had enough of competition for now. Doesn't sound like he's going anywhere. He's going to be around helping to keep grow the sport as he's done so very well throughout the years. But just wanted to say a big congratulations and thank you to Seppo Paju for all the incredible entertainment he's displayed all year, all his career, but especially this year on Disc Golf Stream. We got to see a lot of him, didn't we?
It felt like he has been on every single round, especially at the beginning of the season, and especially on the Finnish Tour, Prodigy Disc Pro Tour, that he was playing extremely well. He finished top 3 in Tali. He finished top 3 in Heinola, and then he also took down the win then in the final European Pro Tour event in Turku, in his hometown, and might actually be his final title that he ever takes down. We have to wait and see. I mean, he's still young. I don't want to rule out a comeback for a 28-year-old guy.
Yeah, he's still young and in his prime, and if he does decide to come back, of course the sport would love to to witness that in the future. But I guess we just wish him the best for whatever he wants to do with his time for now. And really cool to go out on top like that, though, as a hometown hero, taking down his first European Pro Tour title in his home city. Of course, he's from Turku, Kaarina, where he lives, a suburb on the south side of Turku.
Yeah.
And he's had an amazing career. Let's have a little bit of a look back at where this all started for young Seppo Paju. He had his first win in 2010 as a junior at the Copenhagen Open. And then later that same year, he became the junior PDGA amateur world champion. Went over to Ohio and won in a playoff. That's a pretty awesome part of your legacy to have that big of a win at that young of an age. And the legend just grew from there. Continued. He took down that same year the European Junior Championship.
Yeah.
These titles coming straight out of the gate with some very amazing titles. Major wins even as a teenager.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 28 now when he's retiring as a professional player, and he has been around basically for 15 years. So yeah.
Yeah, these wins that I just described were from 2010. So over a decade he's been in the sport and really just doing amazing things. He won the Finnish championship for the first time in 2011, the year after his junior European title. And then he won the European championships 3 years later. In 2014, he became a European champion. And then he also won another Finnish title. That was 2017. So he had 6 years spread out between those two national titles.
Yeah, and I mean, he's still on the level that he could take down 5 more titles if he just wished to, and if he had that fire still burning. Now obviously he doesn't, but also his style of play is so natural. He has that kind of smooth throw that he could just continue with for the rest of his life and still battle on a high level. So
amazing frisbee throwing skills. He's a super talented guy, and really, really grateful for all the amazing performances and everything he's done to help grow the sport. Of course, he's been with Prodigy for a long time, and they're our main partner in this whole endeavor. So
they are both on the Finnish tour and on European Pro Tour, the main sponsors, and we know how big job they do there behind the scenes to make this all possible, and he has been a big part of that as well, and he's gonna continue to be, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we're very grateful for all of that effort and energy, and so, but yeah, just big shout out to Seppo Paju. Congratulations, and thank you very much for everything you've done for the sport and for all of our entertainment pleasure, and it's been a joy.
We wish him all the best in the future, whatever that might bring, and whatever that might be. We still hope absolutely. To have him around somewhat on the courses in the future, and I'm sure we will.
Absolutely. So
he was qualified for this All-Star event, but with this announcement that he's gonna quit playing professionally, he was of course not show up, but there's not a lack of good players in this field, at least.
That's true. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about who's going to be there. I guess that's a really big part of the show. On the MPO side, we currently have 34 players, and the majority of them are 1,000 rated or more. Over half of them.
I feel it's such a stacked field. Like I can totally see 20 of those guys taking down the title without it being a big surprise.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see who gets off to that hot start, who's setting the pace out there. I mean, we have 10 different nationalities represented. That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. And that's what we like to see on the European Pro Tour, that we want to see all those flags representing all those countries, and stacked fields that just growing for every time we have an event. It feels like there are just more and more players showing up, and we love it.
Very cool stuff. The highest rated player is Øyvind Jarens from Norway. He's coming in at 1025. He played really well in Järva there. He was on the lead card the whole way, and really pushing, battling it out. Of course, Niklas and Knut had that really legendary sort of shootout there, and they kind of separated themselves a little bit near the end of it. But he performed really well that whole weekend.
Yeah, he looked really solid. I definitely remember a lot of him from, I think it was the second round on those the backstretch of the course when he was throwing that stiletto over and over in the strong winds, and he looked so solid. Like he is a very high-rated player, currently rated at 1025, so he's a quality player that we haven't seen maybe that much of this year, but we know what he's capable of, and he's one of the favorites easily to take down this event.
For sure, being the highest rated player and all. He's got a very low PDJ number, been around for a while. The second highest rated player is our European Pro Tour points champion, Mikael Hamme. What kind of chance do you give him?
I give him very high chances. Of course, we're going to see him on the feature card already on round one, and he's always up there, and it's just a matter of time until he takes down an event, because he's a force to be reckoned with at any day.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't see him win an event this year, but we saw him on the podium untold amounts of times, and that's kind of what got him into that points title position. He was very consistently being in the top 10 and even in the top 3 for the most part, and earned a lot of points and was able to secure that title. Will he get the clean sweep?
That would be like the perfect ending of the season for the tour winner to actually take down the All-Star event when he's missing that one title.
I think that would be huge for him, wouldn't it be? That would be like just a massive jumpstart for his career. I mean, of course, he's very well known as a great consistent player, but he hasn't had those big wins yet to really kind of put those trophies on the mantelpiece, and this would be quite a great moment for him to do that. So
they are surely gonna come, and as I've said now many times already, I would not be surprised if it was this week. And I have a feeling, I know that he has been hanging around down there in Spain for a while now, also to acclimatize and getting ready. So he's serious about this.
Yeah, definitely a great player to keep an eye on. And of course, his brother Jonathan as well had a really great season as well. He's the 6th highest rated player at 1013. Mikael's at 1021 rating wise. The 3rd highest rated player is a 16-year-old from Finland, Niilo Hongisto.
That's just insane that a guy like that who has played, well, how many events? Like 4 or 5 or something like that?
Just a few, really, isn't it? I mean,
let's have a look at that, because I want to actually know exactly how many events he has played. He finished, was it 4th or 3rd in the Finnish championship this year?
I think maybe 4th. That was kind of his real big breakout moment where he was on the lead card. And
that's right. This guy has played 4 PDGA events before.
And he's rated 10-19, so he's played pretty well for a teenager, I guess.
And only 2 of those events has been in the Open. So
wow.
One in juniors, one in the MA3.
Yeah, and he played really well in Turku, didn't he? At the
finished
EPT?
9th.
He was in the top 10 in his first ever European Pro Tour event. I mean, what a remarkable young talent.
And his 4th ever the PDGA event. So this guy, he's gonna stay around. If he just wants to, he's gonna be around for a long time. And he might also well be one of those who can take down this title.
His career is off to an incredibly quick start already, playing at the top level at such a incredible way. That'd be a huge win for him.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about his play style. I haven't watched him a ton. I guess no one has, because
I haven't either, but I've heard that his forehand is something really special.
Yeah, he has a really, really big arm. He's a big guy, isn't it? Like really tall, and he's looking really athletic, and he doesn't seem to know what nerves are.
He was very calm and composed when I met him in Turku for the press conference there, and he understood English very well, and he seemed like a really, really nice guy. I guess I haven't really seen him play disc golf much. But definitely a guy to keep an eye out for, Niilo Hongisto.
I mean, if you finish 4th in the Finnish championships, then you are a world-class player.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, with a PDGA number 214, 251, 214,000, this guy is so fresh to the game of disc golf. I mean, kind of fresh to the world at that age, but what a remarkable talent, and so many young, incredibly talented players coming out of the woods here in Finland and across Northern Europe and across the world, I guess. But yeah, he's definitely one of the top dogs to keep an eye on.
Keep your eyes on Niilo Hongisto, and don't forget about that name, because we extremely excited to see what might become of a player like him.
Yeah. I hope we get to see a lot of his play there in Spain.
And then the 4th highest rated player, who is someone who I am really excited to watch, the Czech player Jakub Semerad. He is a well-known guy not only in Europe but in the world, and especially after his battle with Insula.
Greg Barsby, yeah.
Greg Barsby.
Yeah, pushed him into the playoff, and he's also the putting world champion.
That's right.
So he went over there to the States, and he performed pretty well, and he actually won that putting championship in the wind. I guess his spin putt is really good in the wind.
Might really come in handy also here in Spain. It's a wooded... No, it's the opposite of a wooded course. It's a
there is some woods.
Yeah,
there is some woods, but it's very mountainous and really close to the sea, and the wind can definitely get pretty fierce. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would expect to see that if it does get really windy, he's one of the real favorites. His spin putt really pierces the wind, and he's on point, on target all day, every day. Basically, it seems like from what I've seen. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
You know, his kind of, maybe he'll occasionally it'll be a little strong, maybe, and kind of splash off a little bit left or right, but he's really dialed on the green, especially, and he throws really well too.
He has that kind of compact form, just very similar, like body type to Mikael Häme. They are a little bit like lookalikes almost on the course, and I really like what I'm seeing from Jakub when he's playing his best. And I know that he's finished second in the EPT X event just a few days ago now in Spain.
Yep.
So he knows the courses clearly. He has been there. He's prepared. He would like to take down his first European Pro Tour title.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting to follow him. That's Jakub Semerad from Czech.
And he's also going to be on the feature card on day 1, together with Mikael Häme.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. So we'll definitely get a good chance to check that out.
And who's the next player? Let's walk down the list a few names more at least.
Daniel Davidson. He was, had that big breakout win. He's the European junior champion, reigning still, and he won that Copenhagen, the first ever European Pro Tour event. And he did it in dominant fashion, didn't he?
Yeah, the way he started the season, he was in such a controlled state of mind, and like he played amazing. We thought that it was a breakout win, and he would just continue to roll with that. He has clearly slowed down a little bit.
Sure, still 10-13 rated. Yeah. He's still well over 1,000 rated. He's been putting in pretty good results, but he hasn't kind of reached quite back to that level that he started the season. But
also finished well at the Finnish championships. I think he finished third there, right?
Yeah, I think so. And so that'll be definitely, if he can kind of bookend the season with some really huge wins, that would be great for him. I'm sure he wants to kind of redeem himself a little bit from maybe a slightly disappointing season overall. I guess you can't really be disappointed with a huge win like that, but
still, he promised so much more with that title and with that game he brought to Copenhagen. But he's still so young.
And the competition is so fierce. It's pretty hard to be on top. Week in, week out when there's this many good players on the scene. So, I don't think he really had like a terrible season.
I
just feel like he didn't put together those kind of 3 really awesome rounds like he did in Copenhagen consistently. And so let's see if he can do it there in Spain. And we've got 3 players at 10-13 rated. Jonathan, we mentioned Mikael's brother, that really great duo from Lahti. And then the 7th highest rated player, Rasmus Salkoripi. We really got to talk about him.
Kind of a dark horse, like not that big name that maybe too many people know about, but we have seen him perform really well this season. And
he's really come on strong. Super young guy, really incredibly talented. We got to see him a lot at the end of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. He was really pushing. He pushed Seppo to the wire in Turku as well.
That's right.
He got 2nd place. He was the only one really in striking distance there near towards the end, and Seppo was able to birdie the last 2 holes to hold him off. But I mean, he was right there in contention for a huge European Pro Tour victory. So
not the player that I thought would like, not the player I was even thinking of when the season started, that he would be up there in the top. Like I had not even heard of him.
I didn't know who he was either. I hadn't heard of him, but I think we started to hear some kind of echoes of something, or at least he was shooting some hot rounds here and there. I remember we were checking on UDisc and his name kept popping up.
It was hard to pronounce it at first, but we learned it quite.
That's right. That's right. We might have got it wrong the first time or two, but very, very cool name and very, very exciting player to keep an eye on. I don't know exactly how old he is, but I think he's quite young as well. Like he might be even still a junior.
I think he's at least under 20. He's among that group of players in Finland who we just like. We don't know where they're gonna end up. Like they could become better than what we see from any players today, like because they have all the potential, they have the work ethics, they have the professionalism. So he's clearly one of those players, and I'm very, very excited to see what happens with him this weekend, next season, and also like during the next 10 years.
Super bright future. I think he was just in the States too. He went from the States to Spain. I had saw.
Okay,
he was in California. I don't know. I think he may have played an event or two there. Yeah, I think so.
Let's check that out.
After Tampere, in October he went to Wirmo. Okay, no, that was in Finland. I don't know if he actually played any events, but I know he was. I'm pretty sure he was over there in the States, and
probably not the last time he flies overseas. And
he played a B tier in La Mirada, California, really famous, legendary course, and he finished 13th place. Cashed, but so he's came straight from California to Spain, so he's really making moves in the off season here. Well, not quite the off season, but he's
clearly not the off season yet for him. At least,
he's kicking it into gear, and he really came on strong at the end of the year. And so,
why not ride that wave when you have things looking good for yourself? Then continue.
Definitely an exciting storyline to keep an eye on. Young Rasmus Salkoripi.
And then next player on the list, I think that might be the last player we mentioned, at least, Knut Valen Håland, who of course we saw in Järva, as you just mentioned, having that big battle with Niklas Anttila.
Legendary.
Yeah, legend. That was really something, and that was something that was so cool to see at the beginning of this tour. Also, that we're gonna have those big moments.
Yeah, so many different nationalities, so many different beautiful courses and players, and you just never know what to expect as an outcome. And
yeah,
I mean, even when Niklas was playing, right at the top of his game, Knut was able to hang with him and overtake him, even or keep him at bay that final round. He didn't miss a putt, I don't think, if I remember right.
It was just like perfect.
He perfect disc golf.
Did
at a
make
perfect
no
place
mistakes.
in Järva. Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. He's been over in the States doing pretty well over there. No real incredible finishes, I don't think, but
still
pretty
very
consistently
solid.
and learning a lot from that experience. Probably made a bunch of friends over there and gained a lot of valuable experience for future touring across the world.
Yeah, another young European guy who is going to see so much more from in the future, and can't wait to see what's going to happen with him next year. And I'm sure that the future is bright for him, for the Norwegian.
Yeah, I think he's got a pretty good chance of being right up there in the running for this one as well. He's
Why not?
Really, really talented. Yeah, well, there's so many good players, isn't there? Let's just shout a few more out. I know we don't want to do this all day, but
we could.
We sure could. Yeah, we sure could, because it's looking pretty impressive.
Yeah.
We got.
Do you have some? Let's pick like 3 players each from the bottom that we could see.
Some dark horse.
Yeah, dark horses. Yeah.
Somebody you think might have a chance. Okay, you want to go first or me?
I can go first. I want to talk about Nestori Tuhkanen.
Oh,
He's another one of those young Finnish guys, sponsored by Latitude 64. He won Finnish Juniors Championships like 2 years ago, I think. And he also won... No, he finished second in the Fuengirola event last year. That wasn't on the European Pro Tour then, because it didn't then yet exist. But he plays well on these courses, clearly.
Okay, so he's got some local experience there.
And just one of those players that are still young and has not yet put together 3 consistent rounds, but keeps on showing us what kind of good player he is. I'm just waiting for that first win. So he's one that I'm going to keep my eyes on, and I have been doing so the whole season. And sooner or later, he's going to be up there.
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
That's a really good pick.
Do you have someone?
Yeah, I got 3. But should I just do one at a time?
Let's do one at a time.
Okay. I'll go with Ville Ahokas.
Yeah,
that's my pick. I think he's got a really good chance of winning this event. I know he's been there already for over a week at least, and I know he's really thirsty for a big win. He's got the skills. If he can just put it all together here, this seems to be the kind of environment where I think he might shine. Being there and abroad in a nice kind of beautiful sunny place with the mountains and the sea. I just feel like something's going to vibe good with him in this course.
Yeah, he's a little bit that kind of guy that is either up or down.
Yeah,
he finished third in Copenhagen, and we thought that this might be an exciting season to follow him. Has seen him put some hot rounds together here and there, but not really.
A couple cold streaks too, though. Yeah, and I think he's a little bit disappointed that he wasn't able to get any big wins this year. But he did do really well in Copenhagen, and he had some other pretty solid results as well. But I feel like now is his time. I'm gonna go with Ville Ahokas for my first pick there.
Yeah, that's a very good pick. Then my next pick is, of course, Swede. Henrik Hagman, who is the 4th player who's going to be on the feature card. I think we mentioned the other 3 already. The only one on the feature card. No, sorry, we have. He's the second one without the title, because we have Mikael Hämme with a tour title, and we have Knut Wallenhåland with a Järva title, and then we have Jakob Semmerad and Henrik Hagman. But Henrik Hagman, he's feels like he's a little bit of an underrated player. He has all the qualities to be among the best. He's not the highest rated player, and but yeah, all the qualities are there. He has one of the biggest arms in Europe. He throws longer than basically anyone. He has been around for a long time. Also, he has the experience, and I just have a feeling that he might be prepared for this.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely got one of the lowest PDJ numbers in the whole bunch. Really super skilled and talented. We did see him on our coverage from Copenhagen there on Disc Golf Stream, and I feel like he was a little bit nervous.
I think so too. It was probably one of the first times ever he played in front of live cameras at least. And
sure.
It was early in the season. Maybe he hadn't had the best off season. I'm not sure about that. But
well, he definitely displayed some amazing skills. He had some
Yeah.
crazy great birdies, but I just feel like he missed some putts that he really should have been able to dial in some shorter putts. But I think that does happen, more often than you would expect with that level of pressure and with the cameras rolling. So,
But I have a good feeling about him. I know that he was one of the guys who were here in Finland just last week and in the off-season collaboration between Swedish national team and Finnish national team. And
yep.
feels like he's working hard at the moment. And I think that he wants to put together a really solid next season. And why not show it already here in Spain?
Definitely a hardworking and talented player. And somebody we'll be really keeping an eye on. He's the top Swede, so yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing how he performs there, and if he can really, really focus and dial it in, he could definitely be in contention.
Yeah, I think so too.
So my second pick is going to be Rasmus Metsama.
Oh yeah, Estonian superstar.
Yeah, he's the Estonian national champion. We did get to see him. I think was it in Heinola on the feature card first day.
Right now, all those rounds are just like.
Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw him just once or maybe twice. I'm not sure if he I don't think he got in there on Tally, but he was pretty close. He performed pretty well there. Really, really good player, and I think this is really good opportunity for him to shine there and kind of really, really show what he's made of and represent Estonia with pride. He's not the highest rated Estonian player. Matias Vilota, I could have also picked him, but I got a good feeling about Rasmus.
Also
event.
extremely positive guy, and he seems like he's having fun on the courses, and he feels like he's having fun in front of the cameras also.
Yeah.
And he's feeling comfortable playing in front of cameras, and that's not something we see from all players. So that's definitely a good thing.
1001 rated. So yeah, keep an eye on Rasmus Metsama.
Yeah.
And who's your third pick?
My third pick, I'm just thinking about it. I would like to pick one of the lower rated players in the field, and that is Laurens Schaurhofer from Austria.
Great pick.
And the reason I'm picking him is because of his confidence. What I heard from him at the press conference at Estonian Open, that was it made me smile, because I have rarely seen a player with so much confidence sitting and talking about that. Even though he had not had any good finishes during their tour, but he still felt that if he just makes the putts, he could have won the events. That's what he said.
Yeah. I think putting is clearly kind of his
struggle
crux at the moment, where if he can just kind of find some confidence on the green, and maybe this is a chance for him to really dial that in. Super great personality, very articulate and well-spoken.
Extremely extrovert player who we're going to see also as the host for the skins competition. And
that's really cool. Make sure you keep your eye out for that in the off-season. There's going to be some EPT skins content coming out, and Laurens Schaurhofer will be the host of that. So we're really happy to have him on the team here, doing some media work, and really hoping he puts in a great performance over there at the All-Star event.
I have a good feeling about him.
I do too.
Yeah?
I do too. He's definitely a player you really want to root for. Super nice guy. He must be a ton of fun to play with on the card. He seems like he's just completely positive energy.
Yeah, he has talked also a lot about how he has been touring this year and met a lot of people, just enjoyed traveling around Europe and traveling around to events. And yeah, he seems to have fun with his disc golf life, and I think that he has earned the title just by with his positive attitude. But he needs to, of course, prove himself on the course also. But
definitely a very valued member of the community, and really,
those are the kind of guys we need on tour to make things interesting.
It's very, very entertaining, and let's hope he can really get in the zone there and play some amazing disc golf, and hopefully we'll see him on the lead card.
Most likely at least one of the highest rated players from Austria also. I don't know that many players from Austria, but he's one of them. I think the Aman brothers.
Stanislaus. He's one of the better ones. But there is quite a few good Austrian players. I think he's the only one represented in the field today.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be rooting for him and hoping he does well. My final pick for this would be Hjalte Jensen.
Of course.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a super great player. If he can put together 3 rounds of what he's capable of doing, then I don't think there's anybody that can really hang with him. He's got some insane talent.
He really does, yeah. And he has been mentioned as the crown prince of Danish disc golf by no other than KJ Nybo.
Yeah, the legend KJ has kind of passed on the throne to him as the king of Denmark and the disc golf scene. He's won a couple of Danish national tour titles, and now he's really kind of breaking out on the international scene. We saw him at a few Pro Tour events.
I think he was on the feature card at least in Estonia.
Yeah.
In the first round.
Yeah.
I think we have seen him a few other times also. Maybe it's hard to remember. It has been a long year. But,
well, he was in Belgium for the Belgian Open, and he shot the course record 13 down the final day, and that's pretty impressive. But yeah, he I guess had struggled on at least one of the other days, so he wasn't able to win, but he was up there in the top 5. And super talented player. He can bomb, and if he's just kind of dialed in with the putt, watch out.
Watch out. Yeah, he's one of those so many young players who could take this down. That was a very good pick from you.
For sure. 1004 rated. And there's, there's a lot of other great players, but that's it for the picks. There's so many different countries. Really cool. We got an Icelandic guy, Spanish. There's an American that qualified from the Amsterdam Sweet Lake Open, Ethan Enos. Not familiar with who he is, but congratulations and welcome to the European Pro Tour, the first American flag we've seen on the tour so far.
I think we should also mention a few names that we're missing from the field. The field is of course stacked, and we have so many quality players, so I don't feel like we're missing out on so much. But some players that were qualified was, for example, Niklas Antila, who has had an amazing end of the season, especially
legendary stuff. I mean,
he just raised his level to something different from what we have seen European players lately. Like that was something amazing what he did.
I feel like we could kind of see it coming. I mean,
I'm not surprised.
No, I mean, we know how stacked the field is over there in the States, but the way he so consistently put himself up near the top of this tour and the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour as well. And the consistency that he plays with, his form, he's so technical and it's so repetitive, and he knows how to win. He's really a fierce competitor, and even at age 17, I remember seeing him in Tali and take down that, I think it was Prodigy Pro Tour or Finnish Pro Tour at that point, and he just he didn't seem to be affected by the nerves as much as you would think to be in that position. Of course, he kind of distanced himself, but I remember thinking, how is this? I think he was 17 at the time, and it was like, wow. This guy's amazing.
Yeah, of course we would love to have him in the field. We know that he is, I think he's ill or something. He needed to withdraw, sadly.
He got sick when he came back from the States with some, I believe it was strep throat, and he's been on antibiotics and stuff. So he won't be in the field. Sabal Payu retired, as we've already said.
Lauri Lehtinen
is dealing with injury. He's got a throwing hand injury, carpal injury, so hopefully that heals up in the off season. I know he's been throwing some left-handed. I think he just put out a YouTube video with his left-handed play. Pretty cool to see that he's still out there and trying to work the offhand throw. But we're hoping that hand gets better, because he's one of the incredible Finnish players to keep an eye on too, and he could also do something special even on the Disc Golf Pro Tour over there in the States or at the majors and stuff. He's up there on Niklas' level.
He has all the qualities. He has all different kind of shots. He has the right mindset. He's so competitive, and that's what I just love to see Lauri Lehtinen when he is on fire. That kind of those eyes, just so focused on the target, and it's amazing to watch Lauri Lehtinen. We will definitely miss him. But
those two top-rated Europeans will be sorely missed. But it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle there. Costa del Sol. It's a really beautiful, sunny place with mountains and sea, and it's going to provide a little bit different kind of obstacles than what we've seen. I mean, it's quite mountainous. So
it is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've seen some pretty big elevation changes, like in Järva, for example, and then a few different courses really utilize the hills nicely, but these are real mountains.
It is, and it's also by the coast, as you say. It could be very windy, so
Yeah.
And with that elevation and with a lot of wind, those disc can fly away far from the fairways. So you need to be dialed in, and you need to have confidence with your putting if the wind picks up. And I'm sure that we will see many players who has those qualities.
There'll be some beautiful views. It'll be sunny and warm most likely. So I think the advantage is going to go to the players that got there early and kind of climatized, like you said.
I think so too.
And, but it's really hard to say what's going to happen, and that's what's going to make it so exciting to watch live. And we'll hope you all join us there live. We'll be starting on Thursday. Tomorrow. Well, I'm not sure when this is released, but Wednesday of this week we'll be having the press conference, and that's taking place at 7 p.m. Finnish time, 6 p.m. Spanish time. So make sure you listen in on that, and we'll get a little bit more insights as to how the players are feeling and what kind of experience they're having there in the lead up to this really great event. And then on Thursday we'll go live at 1:50 Finnish time. So that'll be 12:50 Spanish time.
Yeah, I'm getting confused with all.
It's going to be early morning for you Americans, so make sure you set your alarm, and we'll so you can enjoy.
But you don't want to miss out on this, so make sure
get yourself to Disc Golf Stream, download the app, or go to the website and subscribe to see all the action. And this time we're bringing you the final event for free on YouTube.
That's right. So on Saturday we will have 2 separate live streams. First, the FPO. We will follow them for all 18 holes, and then we will switch over to the MPO field. And we are going to talk more about the FPO.
That's gonna kick off 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning Finnish time, 11 a.m. We'll be going live with the FPO, and then we'll have a little break in between, and then we'll go at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the MPO. So it's going to be a full day Saturday of live disc golf coming at you for free. So make sure you tell everybody about it so they can see what's going on here with Disc Golf Stream, and hopefully they'll be excited and interested and maybe become subscribers for next year.
Yeah, and we are also extremely excited to be able to finally follow the FPO field for all 18 holes. They are so deserved of that, and we have so many star players there in that field also that we just can't wait to see what they're going to do on this course, and we're going to talk about them now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that really soon. But next year we're going to be having separate live streams, so you're going to get to follow the FPO.
Exactly, that's the plan. So
we're going to get a bit of a preview of what that's going to be like this Saturday. So make sure you tune in for that, and spread the word too, so that people can watch great disc golf here in November. From sunny Spain.
There are not that many other events going on, so if you want to watch the best possible disc golf at the moment, then you know where to find it on discgolfstream.com.
It's going to be a real treat. We'll see you there. But yeah, let's really dive into this FPO class, because this is going to be super exciting as well. This is going to be a ton of fun.
I have a feeling that it's going to come down to the final holes on Saturday before we see who wins the FPO.
Absolutely possible.
If I would have to pick one player that is a slight favorite, I would have to take the one highest rated.
Heidi Line.
Yeah,
she's a superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going for the Triple Crown. She took down the European Pro Tour points title. She took down the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour points title. If she can win the European Pro Tour All-Star event in Spain, that would be a clean sweep. The Disc Golf Stream three-peat, or the Triple Crown, I guess we could call it.
Yeah, you need to think about that, what we should call it.
I think it's the Triple Crown,
Triple
isn't
Crown,
it?
yeah, probably.
Three titles, three for three all year. I mean, that would be something special, and I think she's definitely the odds-on favorite.
She is the highest-rated player, and what she has shown us over the whole year is just how solid a player can be. And she has surprised me a lot also with kind of all her qualities. Well, like, I knew that she was a good player, but the way she just keeps on battling even when she's having bad rounds, the way she just never gives up.
Super high class player, and really, really great person as well. We've seen her just being positive.
So positive, and
she's fun for the camera. She's seems to be a great card mate, and it even turns out that she's really helpful with the camera crew, as we heard from the MDG media episode last week. That she's right there doing everything she can to help the camera people make sure that they know what's going on and everything, and just really, really great role model and example for how a professional can behave out there on the course.
Yeah, and such an important player. Also, you say that she's an ambassador. She is a little bit older than many of the upcoming players right now. She's such a perfect role model in the way that she is so professional, as you said, with the camera team, camera crew, and
card mates. Yeah.
Card mates. She's always just spreading that joy of disc golf, and you see it. She's having fun.
Yeah, we noticed it all year, and she's also incredibly hardworking. I can tell you that as well. She's also part of that Finnish Swedish cooperation, and she's a total powerhouse, like a hardworking, very very athletic person.
I am also so happy for her that she finally took the step to go overseas and play in US this autumn.
Yeah.
She competed at Worlds and some other events. Throw Pink, I think she was playing that, right? Yeah.
Des Moines, perhaps?
Des Moines also, yeah. And she showed that she has all the qualities to compete with the best in the world. Like she has, of course, been a little bit almost sometimes in her own league here in Europe this year, especially when we're missing some of the highest rated Finnish players in Evelina Salonen and Henna Blomroos. But
she has been tested.
She has been,
Of course, the rising Silva Saarinen, we're going to have to talk about her. And then we saw Rachel take her down in Copenhagen, Rachel Turton from Great Britain. Katie Tata from Estonia almost beat her in Estonia as well. So she has always, but yeah, she's definitely...
She has always been there. She has always been one of them.
Yeah, but she's definitely a dominant force. But there's plenty of ladies that can keep up with her when they're putting it all together. So it's going to be a very, very exciting show on the FPO side. We just mentioned Rachel Turton. She's the second highest rated player at 940 currently. Heidi at 947. So
Rachel, winner of Copenhagen. So she... And what a surprise that was for me, at least. I had never seen her before. We weren't sure if her rating was correct because it felt like that might have been inflated, but
no, she's really good.
She proved us wrong.
She's really, really talented. She was dealing with a little bit of injury in Toonie and maybe wasn't fully 100%, but she still was up there in the top 5. I think maybe tied for 4th, I believe. But really, really happy to see that she's made it to Spain to represent Great Britain there for the All-Star event. It's going to be exciting. We have 5 different countries represented just on the FPO side alone. So incredibly interesting.
That's right. Third, we can go through a few more players. Rachel, of course, I just also want to say similar to Heidi. Rachel is still kind of new to the sport. She has been, So I really enjoy watching. What I enjoy when I'm watching her playing is to see how she really has fun there out on the course, and she feels like she's improving for every shot she makes.
Yeah, she's
learning all the time. Yeah,
she has that ultimate frisbee background, so her stroke is super smooth and clean, and a lot of those skills transfer over really nicely with her game. But yeah, she's definitely getting more and more comfortable with disc golf discs, clearly, and she's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, she's clearly an athlete also. So her learning curve is so steep. She's picking this up so fast, and she's already competing with the best in the world. And she was also over at the Throw Pink at
first time to the States. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Don't think she played that well.
She didn't really put in great scores, but it sounded like she had a great experience, and I'm sure she learned a lot. It's a long journey over there.
It's not easy to go over for the first time, though.
Different climate for sure. But we'll see how she adjusts to the Spanish conditions, and hopefully we'll see her right up there battling for the win there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Third place third highest rated player, just behind her at 936 rated, is Katie Tata from Estonia. Of course, we saw her at the Estonian Open battling with Heidi, even having the lead throughout the event, and then she got eclipsed there at the very end in the final round. Maybe had a little bit of nerves and stress to deal with. So close to that win that she could taste it, and we'll see if she can come out hot here in Spain.
Yeah, what strikes me with her, what I'm always thinking about with Katie Tete is what a smart player she is, and also what a sneaky distance she has.
Clean form.
Yeah, very clean form. It doesn't look, when you look at her when she's throwing, that she can throw that far. But those discs are just going and going and going.
And she throws them so straight.
Extreme, laser beams.
Laser lines, really great golf shots. and an incredible straight long distance thrower. And then the putting was awesome those first couple rounds, and even even the first half of the final round, she was still like pretty on point. I think maybe when the pressure cooked up, then it started to fade a little bit with the accuracy, but that's kind of to be expected in those huge moments. It takes time to learn that.
Of course, and when you have some force coming behind in form of Heidi Laine, then it's not easy to keep that high level through the whole event. And
she's so good.
But Katie also has been playing a lot this year, both in Europe and in US, and she has been touring a lot together with one player that we're missing here. How can I lose that name?
Kristen Tatar. Yeah. She of course qualified with her victory in Yarra, but she's well into the off season. So
her season has been a little bit too long maybe to be able to go and play this bonus event. So we totally understand that she needs her time off being the world number one, never left the podium during the whole year.
World champion, player of the year, incredible representative from Estonia, the pride of Europe and of the world disc golf community now. She's really proved herself, and some much needed rest taking place for her in the off season. But I think Katie Tata maybe has learned quite a lot getting to follow her around and carry her bag and see all that success she's had. I'm sure she's picked up some kind of tools of the trade from that, and some really valuable experience from those really high level competitions that she's got to witness up close and personal.
I also think that Katie, I know that they are very close, Christine and Katie.
Great friends.
That I think that Katie has quite a big part also in the success that Christine Tatar has had this year.
Great to have support far away from home, to have a friend, somebody who you can really trust and who can be there to share and experience all those moments.
So I think that she has learned a lot, just like you said, and I think that Christine also is very thankful for having such a nice friend and such a good disc golfer to be around and tour with and just have fun together with.
It's great to have a support network. Of course, also Silver Lat, the partner of Kristen, seems to be a great I guess companion as well for that journey that she's been on, and he played really well himself as well. He also qualified, I believe, for this event, but from Tuni.
That he should have done,
But I think he's also there third in the off season.
Second, no, I don't remember.
But anyway,
he was up there in the top.
Not in the field, but we wish the best to them and to everybody who qualified and is not making it. The hot young rising star Silva Saarinen.
It's hard
fourth place.
Not to mention Silva Saarinen. That has been like a common theme all year at Disc Golf Stream to just that being amazed about her level of
She's so fun to watch. She's been putting on a show all year long. I'm sure all the regular viewers are familiar with her, but if you're not, she's the reigning European junior champion. And she broke out onto the scene she's still very young. I think 17 or 18 at most. Her rating's steadily grown. She's now rated 920. That's been up like 50 points throughout the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually most impressed by from her. That not only that she has those like highlight shots, like many players can have that, but how she has steadily improved. Every event, it has felt like she's a stronger player. She's throws a little longer. Yeah. She's throwing a little bit smarter. She's getting closer and closer to those victories, and she finally got it on the final event in Turku.
Yeah, she finished out the season really strong. She's a super hardworking, talented player, and that all paid off there at the end. She took down the Turku Open, and also at the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour in Kuopio as well. So,
give her a few years. I think she might be top of the world.
She's still improving.
Yeah,
she
is.
Really high ceiling, and she seems very dedicated to the sport. Very, like I said, very hardworking, and very, very seemingly committed to her career here as a professional disc golfer. So definitely someone to keep an eye out on there. The fourth highest rated player, and followed closely behind by Jenny Karpinen, who we've also got to see quite a lot of this year. And she's also a really fun player to watch.
Yeah, a little bit maybe more up and down from her, but her ups has been really impressive to me. A little bit similar to what we have seen from Katie Tette, those laser beams she's throwing. Also very smart player. She knows her strength, and she's using them well to conquer course after course, and always big smile in front of the cameras, and she has been a lot in front of cameras this year.
Yeah, and she's done really well. So be exciting to see how she performs there in Spain. And we might as well go ahead and mention the two Swedes, right?
We should. There are only 8 players in the FPO field, so I think we should mention them all. But
sure, let's do that, yeah.
Let's take next player on the list, Jenny Larsson, who just qualified last week for this event.
Yeah, great to see her win that Fuengirola Open there last weekend. And so she's familiar with the course.
EPT event.
Yeah, been there for a while. And that was her plan, was to go there and qualify. And if she weren't able to, she was going to carry the bag for Elina.
Elina Rydberg,
yeah.
Who we had as a guest here on Inside Disc Golf. If you haven't watched that episode, I really think that you should go back and watch that, because that was really interesting. And
that was a ton of fun. Really, really nice person, and a really great communicator, and a really, really great ambassador for Sweden for disc golf as well.
So Jenny Larsson, really exciting to see her. I wonder if she has ever played in front of live cameras before. She's not going to be on the feature card on day one, but
Elina will be, though.
Elina will be, yeah.
That's really exciting. We're going to get to watch her. And who else? Rachel, Silva.
I'm gonna tell
Silva.
you that.
Katie. We have Katie for sure, right?
We have Rachel Turton, we have Jenny Karppinen, we have Katie Tette, and Elina Rydberg.
Yes, so that's going to be great.
That's going to be really exciting, and also 4 nationalities there. I think that maybe the winner will be one of those top 4 rated players in the field. I think those are maybe in a little bit of a higher level right now, at least. I'm talking about Heidi Laine, Rachel Turton, Katie Tette, and Silva Saarinen. If I would pick a winner, I would pick one of those 4 at least. Maybe as
you don't see any big surprise.
Of course, I see the possibility. I know what Elina Rydberg did at Tyni. She played amazing there and finished third. Jenny Larsson, I haven't watched a ton of, but she's high rated. She's rated 82 at the moment, and it feels like she's just going up. She's working really hard also. I'm well aware of that, so watch out for her. And then there's another player who I have actually never watched, and that's Kaire Tekko from Estonia.
Totally new name for me.
Yeah, from me too. I don't even know where she qualified, but it was very exciting. We love watching new players also and follow them. So
yeah, wishing the best for all those players, and it's going to be really exciting to see who battles it up into the lead card and who can take down that really really big win there.
So if you get to pick one name and one outsider, who would you pick?
Okay. Yeah? Oh, that's so hard. That's so hard. I know it's going to be a battle. I know it's going to come down to the final holes. Like I mean, it's hard to pick against Haiti, but I feel like Silva has really found another level. Like she really peaked there at the end of the season, and I just think she's got the confidence now. I mean, the skills are always growing, but they're also like really amazing. You know, okay, she can't throw as far as Haiti, but I mean, she's got the complete game.
Yeah.
I think I'll have to pick Silva.
You say Silva?
Yeah.
Then just because of that, I will pick Haiti then, but...
it's hard to pick against Haiti. I mean, I obviously want to see her take down the Triple Crown. When I pick Silva, it's not that I don't want any of the other players to win. I just feel like she's got some extra kind of special edge that as a competitor that we haven't even seen the full breadth of yet. So,
but yeah, it feels like it might be a super tight race all the way through, and like
it's definitely gonna be.
Just looking at the ratings, it feels like they're very good players, and it's gonna be tight.
But I'm kind of also thinking Elina could be some surprise story.
I think if someone is excited for this event and if someone is hungry to take this down, it's her. She has been talking about Spain All-Stars ever since she qualified at Tyni.
Yeah, and she's a hard worker, and I think if she can just get focused and find herself, in the moment, there's a pretty good chance of a big surprise story there.
I would not be surprised at all. So if you haven't done so, please go back and listen to our episode with Elina Rydberg. I really think you should do that.
Special guest. Really, really thankful for that, for her coming on the show. That was a lot of fun, and Yeah, really, really world-class stuff going on there in Spain for the FPO. I'm really happy that we're going to get to do that exclusive. We'll just focus on the FPO for the whole round there for Saturday's action. A little preview of what we're going to see next year, and we can give them our full attention, and we won't miss a beat there. So.
Yeah, they are definitely deserved of that. It has always felt a little bit sad, those moments when we have needed to switch over from one field to the other, but our intention has always been to follow both fields as much as possible, and now finally we have the chance to give our full attention to the FPO field as well, and we're really thankful for that.
We've definitely done the best we can. First year here with the live coverage on Disc Golf Stream, I feel like it's gone really well, and it's just going to be much better next year. So yeah, thanks for all the support from everybody for making that happen and for enjoying the show, and all the partners. Everything that it takes to run this kind of a thing. It's not easy.
Yeah, and there is one other thing I would like to mention just before we round off this episode, and that is like our wish here as commentators is that we can include you viewers a little bit more. We haven't been that good at it so far, but we are going to have the live chat open during the rounds, and we want you to come with feedback and questions and whatever you feel like, so that we can have a conversation with you viewers also during the live events. That would mean a lot for us, and just to see that you are there and that you're enjoying what we're doing.
I think it'd be cool to have a lot more interactive experience. Welcome to join the chat board there on the free YouTube live stream Saturday, beginning, I guess it was early on, I think 11 a.m. for the finish time for the FPO, and then 3 p.m. finish time for the MPO. So make sure you tune in for that. That's going to be a ton of fun. Before we wrap it up, let's give out a couple of quick facts about the situation there. The prize pool was accumulated from 10 euros from every entrance fee for the entire season of the European Pro Tour. That's all gone into the pot, and then 5,000 euros of added cash from the European Pro Tour to really boost this up. There's been no entry fee for these players. This is a bonus all-star event, a really kind of a special bonus type of event.
It's like a nice Christmas bonus to get before that season starts.
Yeah, get to go hang out in Spain and play for some free money, I guess you could call it in that way. And so really cool. They're paying out the top 30%, 100% of all that money. So, and the layout's going to be a little bit different. It's going to consist of a few changes from the blue course, mostly the blue course with a couple of altered holes. And so stay tuned, and you can find that from Disc Golf Metrics. If you want to look at the caddy book, there'll be a course map with detailed descriptions of every hole. So make sure you go to Disc Golf Metrics and look up the EPT All-Star event there in Millas, Spain, Costa del Sol.
And of
it'll
course,
also be covered by UDisc.
That's right. UDisc is our partner, and that's gonna keep track of all the scores. And without them, we would be quite lost. So big thanks also to UDisc for providing all that service.
It's amazing stuff. What a value. What an incredible resource for the community.
Oh yeah. But with that, I think we are rounding off this episode number 9 of Inside the Disc Golf. We're doing what we can to keep you entertained and keeping the flame high for European disc golf especially.
Doing a great job of it, my friend. Thank you very much.
Likewise. Thank you so much, Andrew. It's a pleasure to sit next to you here in the studio.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really fun week. Really looking forward to getting back in the booth for this hot live action from Spain.
I'm pumped.
All-Star week, baby.
I'm pumped.
Tune in for it. Thank you so much. We'll see you there.
See you there. Bye-bye.
Inside Disc Golf, the European Disc Golf podcast. Everything about European disc golf in one podcast.